this is Tourism Week here in Wisconsin, and I'm spending some time in Door County and now obviously right on the shores of Lake Michigan. And I'm really looking forward to a good tourism season, making sure that our tourism, whether it's lodging, whether it's different events, we want to make sure that we're recovering well from this pandemic. So certainly we can continue to keep getting shots in people's arms, but in the meantime, we're encouraging people to think about what they're going to do this summer and plan accordingly. And today I'm in one of my favorite spots right on Lake Michigan. You can't beat it. So be glad to answer any questions you might have. Yes, sir.
So you mentioned about getting shots into people's arms. I mean, how much do you see Wisconsin's tourism industry rebounding, coinciding with said getting shots in people's arms?
Absolutely, and you know, it's also kind of being careful for what you're doing as far as wearing a mask. Right now I'm outside, so I'm not wearing a mask. But yes, getting shots in people's arms is really critical. You know, we are now plateauing in that, and so we are now using different strategies to get vaccinations in people's arms closer to home. We have to really focus on that. At the end of the day, I think we'll come close to the 70% that everybody's looking at, but we have to do this in order for our state to kind of bounce back, especially the tourism industry that has been devastated by this pandemic. You know, we provided federal money for them before. We will do that again along with small businesses. But at the end of the day, those things don't make people whole. What will make people whole is making sure that we're getting that industry back off the ground and running and bringing people to great places like Door County or any other place in the state. This state is, a lot of our activity is tourism based, and whether it's winter, summer, fall, or spring, and so we're looking forward to a good tourism season. I visited with a lot of folks in Door County today in my travels, and people are very looking forward to this summer season. The reservations are way up, and so I think it's going to be good. We're just going to, in the meantime, spend our time making sure that people are safe by getting the vaccine.
What is the spirit of the people as you kind of tour around Door County?
That's a great question. I find it here, but I find it all across the state. People in Wisconsin are really resilient. You know, we fight over whether to wear a mask or not wear a mask, all that stuff. But setting all that kind of political stuff to the side, people in Wisconsin are really resilient. And the people that work in the tourism industry, obviously they have to be. They've been knocked down, but they're standing back up. They're resilient. They're looking forward to this summer. And they are, in Door County and other places I visited, they're geared up for a good season.
What are the biggest struggles of the upcoming tourism season?
Well, it is about making sure people understand how important it is to be safe and do the right things when, you know, as far as social distancing. But also it is around making sure that people understand that they can be safe and be part of the engaging in tourism, whether it's coming to Door County or any other place in the state of Wisconsin. We see it, for example, in the Brewers Stadium. Brewers are now back in the season, and they are being very careful with the crowds. There's about 12,000 people, and all that is kind of building crescendo, moving forward to make sure this is going to be a good tourism season. But you know, when I talk to people in Door County, the lodging industry in particular, they're seeing good numbers, that reservations throughout the entire summer season.
Are you proud of the state and kind of how we dealt with this pandemic?
Yes, I mean, you know, clearly I would wish that the Republicans wouldn't have continued to knock down my mask mandate, but kind of setting that aside, it's typical Wisconsin stuff, you know, neighbors helping out neighbors, and you know, communities pulling together to make sure that they're safe and so on. We're resilient people, so I am very proud of the people of Wisconsin. They've done what we've asked for the most part as far as staying safe, they're getting their shots. We have to get more and encouraging people to get a shot. It's going to be easier to get than ever before. We're bringing shots closer to people's homes so that they don't travel very far. So we have to be future oriented, and I know the people of Wisconsin feel the same way, and they are. I use the word resilience probably every day 20 times, but that's what I see in the people of Wisconsin. Having been born and raised here, lived here for my entire life, my kids and grandkids were born and raised here also, and this is a special place, and we just have to make sure that we're doing the right thing, and this summer will be a good summer for Wisconsin.
What would be your message, or well, first I'll ask you, how understanding are you of say vaccine hesitancy especially after the Johnson & Johnson deal that happened a few weeks ago, and what would be your message to people who are very eerie about whether or not to get vaccinated at this point?
Yeah, there's two ways of looking at it. One way, there's probably more than two, but one way for sure is if you get vaccinated, you're saving lives. You could very well be saving your own life, or you're saving somebody else's life. If that's not